Hey guys, welcome to my gear video. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have been very lazy in trying to make this video because, to be honest with you, being at home has sucked. I've been struggling with motivation, I guess I should say. Being at home has not been what I wanted to do or where I wanted to be right now, and so that is why I'm struggling. But I'm gonna go over the basics of my gear, talk about the clothes that I wear and stuff like that. So
first up is going to be our tent. We have the Zpacks triplex tent. I love this tent. It's so light. I think it's like 22 ounces, something along those lines. It is a trekking pole tent, so we have two trekking poles here, 12 stakes. It is single wall. We might have some condensation issues at some point in time. Got two doors, so nice and easy for both of us to get out and pee in the middle of the night, even though I usually just hold it, which probably isn't healthy. On the inside here, it is just tall enough for me to sit here at the peak where the trekking poles are. If I get here in the middle, my head is touching, but I am pretty tall, so laying down I pretty much just fit, but with my sleeping bag and my feet raised a little higher because it's on my pad, I kind of hit here, which isn't great with a single wall tent, but that's just something that you have to deal with when you have a single wall tent. So
I'm going to talk about my sleeping bag. So it is a UGQ sleeping bag. It's actually a quilt. It came with these bungees that you put on your pad. You hook them to hooks on the sleeping bag to keep it on top of your sleeping pad and keep it closed and keep the heat in. It's 800 fill. It is a 10-degree bag, and these are actually handmade. So when you order these, you have to fill out what you want, what temperature you want, what color you want, what length you want, all of the above. I mean, it's really handmade. It took a long time to get this sleeping bag, and so if you're going to order a UGQ bag, make sure that you order it well in advance. But these bungees are amazing. The first night of sleep, I was freezing cold because I didn't put my bungees on, and let me tell you something, they do make a huge difference. This bag, I'm not really sure how much it weighs, just because I didn't feel like that was important, because it is once again, a handmade bag. It has an insulated foot box. So this part is the only part that is closed. We do have hooks to put, you can clip it around your neck for when it's cold at night, and then it does tighten. The foot box does tighten as well, and you can also open this if you are hot or you don't want to sleep with the foot box closed. So I do love the sleeping bag. I've had no issues with it. If you're cold in it and it's a 10-degree bag, it's probably a user error like it was for me. So for my sleeping pad, I do have the Nemo Tensor. The R value for this pad is 4.2, and then it's 15 ounces. So this pad, I do like this pad. It is comfortable for me. I did have an issue the first night it was cold, and this goes along with the sleeping bag story that I just told you. I didn't blow it up all the way because I was told in the store that sometimes it's more comfortable if you don't blow it up all the way, but I don't find that to be true. I like it blown up all the way. I sleep on my side sometimes, and so my hip was on the ground during that night, and it was really cold, which made me cold. Just a regular size bag, so there's a long wide and then a regular wide, and so those were way different than this, but I'm only 5'3", so I don't need a big pad. I felt like it was a waste of my money and my space in my pack to buy a bigger bag. So something that I do have that may be considered a luxury item to other people is a pillow. So I have the Nemo Fillo. It's only 9 ounces, but it's really convenient. It gets really small. The stuff sack is even attached to the pillow, you see. So it's not like it's a hassle in the morning to find the stuff sack. This is what it looks like fully blown up. I mean, the size, it's like, this is, for comparison, this is my phone and this is the pillow. Honestly, it's worth it. I think I would sleep much worse if I didn't have a pillow. Sleep is very important on the trail to me, and it should be for anyone who's out there, because you are really pushing your body every single day, and sleeping is a necessity. And so the more comfortable you sleep, the better you're going to sleep and the better you're going to feel the next day. Okay, let's talk food stuff. I have the Hilltop pack food bag. It is 16 by 19, which is the large, 12 to 13 liters of food, and it is 1.3 ounces. So this is a very light food bag. The issue that I do have with this bag is when it rains at night, my food sometimes does get wet inside of it, or at least damp. It's not really wet, it's like damp. So I did add to this bag these Velcro strips so that it's easier for me to fold it. It did come with a rock bag. We paid extra for the flat bottom. So the bottom of this bag is flat, and so we did pay a little bit extra for that. So for my pot, I have the GSI Outdoor Pot. It is 5 ounces. The only thing I do not like about this pot is that it does not have handles. So if you can see, there's no handles on this. It did come with a silicone grip for it. So when you take it off of your stove, you grab it with the silicone grip and you can pour it in. But it's cool because it has this little foam cover, so you can put the pot in there and you can eat out of the pot still with this, and you won't get burnt. And it comes with this lid, which also doubles as like a drinking lid. And then you can put it, just like lightly put it on top to cook with. I wouldn't recommend pushing it all the way down, because taking it off while it's hot is probably not the best idea. But just setting it on top like that is what I do while it's cooking, and then when it's done, I just take this off and grab it really quick. Something else that I do have that a lot of people don't have is this Sea to Summit. It's a mug, I guess it's called a mug. And so I don't really use this for much but my coffee in the morning. I don't eat or drink anything out of this because I do not like to clean it. My stove is a Snowpeak stove. It is less than 2 ounces, and so it's very, very light. I've seen people with smaller stoves than this, and Ryan and Kara got a stove that is smaller than this that they actually bought on Amazon. But I feel as if my stove, because it's larger, is more efficient, and it kind of packs down very small, so it really doesn't bother me very much. My spoon is a titanium TOAKS spoon. Everybody has these. It's not that expensive. It's like 20 bucks or something. It's very light, and it's long, so you can eat out of bags and stuff like that. And like I said before, I don't cook anything in my pot, so having a small spoon for me would be a problem, or a small spork would be a problem. But this one is great, and it's easy to clean. The only thing that I wish I would have done regarding my food is this bag. You can buy a spoon pocket for this bag that is an iron-on spoon pocket, and now that I've been out there and had to search for my spoon in my food bag a million times, I do really wish that I would have bought a spoon pocket for my bag. We have the Sawyer. Everybody uses the Sawyer. I mean, you get these at Walmart. They're cheap. I don't use the stuff that came with the Sawyer. I actually use a CNOC bag, and let me tell you something, this CNOC bag is a lifesaver. It holds 2 liters of water, and it's just like amazing. And you can prop the filter on here and squeeze it through. You can just scoop water with this. It's so simple. You just scoop it with that. And I don't think this was that expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks or something. I can't remember. Maybe 30, I don't know. I have frog togs for my rain gear. These are at Walmart. These are the light ones, so they do fall apart a little bit. They're falling apart right now. I squatted the other day when it was raining, and it looks like the seam on the butt is going to crack. But these are very cheap too. You can buy expensive rain gear, but I do believe that most of the time it's heavier than these frog togs, and they just get really dirty anyways. Me, I just couldn't justify buying a $100 pair of rain pants and a $100 rain jacket. Whatever brand it may be, it doesn't matter. I'm kind of cheap. So I had to move inside because it started to sprinkle. I did buy this Capilene shirt, this Patagonia Capilene shirt, to wear as my hiking shirt, but I don't wear it as my hiking shirt. A lot of things that I've noticed in hiking is that I'm trading out things that I bought that were expensive for things that are cheaper. So what I usually wear is an REI dry fit shirt that I actually really like. I like how it fits on me. It's comfortable. It's more comfortable than this. But this is a very popular top on the trail. It does stink less than a dry fit shirt. I just don't like how I feel in it. And I know that I'm going to feel better about my day whenever I feel more comfortable, and my other shirt is more comfortable. This one's just not as comfortable for me. So these are the Patagonia Capilene pants. I love these. Probably shouldn't be worn how I wear them. I wear them as regular leggings whenever it's cold. You're supposed to wear them under stuff, I believe, and that's what's the cause of the wear and tear on these. And when it comes to my clothing, I didn't worry about weight, because to me, I felt like I needed to focus on what's gonna work, what I'm gonna be most comfortable in. The problem with these pants that I have had, there are some strings coming out here and there. It's really just because I've been wearing them the wrong way. I love these pants. I've had no issues with them other than that. Now, base layers are known for stretching out as you wear them, and because I do wear them as regular leggings, they do end up looking baggy and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter when you're on trail what you look like, so I don't worry about that. My base layer top that I wear when it's cold, I wear it as a straight shirt. I don't put anything over it except for maybe my fleece or my puffy. I have a Smartwool top, and I did actually have a Patagonia Capilene top that I bought for the trail, but I ended up taking it back because, once again, it was not comfortable for me. Also, the Patagonia one had a zipper, like a half zipper, and it was not comfortable for me, and this doesn't have any of that. It's comfortable, it's soft, it's a merino wool top, so it doesn't stink, but I love this way more than I loved the Patagonia one. It's just a Smartwool merino top. Now, when it's cold, sometimes I just don't change at night, especially if I didn't get sweaty when it's cold. I don't really sweat a lot. I only sweat when it's like super, super hot outside. I did take extra clothes for sleeping in at night when it's cold, just in case it did rain or something and I got wet and it was gonna be freezing that night. So I always have extra clothes with me to stay dry. These are 32-degree pants. These are so, so, so cheap, okay? They come in packs of 2. I'm pretty sure I got these from Costco, but they do have their own website, and I'll put a link to that. These are really soft. They're great to sleep in. They're very see-through though, and honestly, I've probably only worn them like twice on trail after hiking a long day. I also have an extra base layer for my sleep top for when it's cold. This is an icebreaker top, and I really don't wear it that often either. I don't really change like when it's really cold because it's freaking freezing, and so I don't enjoy changing when it's freezing. This is just an extra top that I have just in case my stuff gets wet or I want to sleep in it. My shorts that I wear on a daily basis are my Old Navy shorts. So I have had these for a very long time. They're my favorite shorts that I wear. They're just regular old active shorts, active running shorts that I got from Old Navy a couple years ago. I did start the trail with a pair of Viore shorts that had lots of pockets and things, but I didn't use the pockets. I wasn't comfortable in those shorts, and so I found myself preferring to be hot and wearing leggings rather than trying to stay cool and wearing those shorts that I actually bought for trail. I had this fleece before we started the trail, okay? So I've had this fleece for a while as well. It's just a Columbia regular old fleece. I bought it a long time ago, but I love this fleece. It's very comfortable. It's really warm. I've had it forever. So find stuff that you already have, because if you don't have to spend a lot of money on clothes and unnecessary things, like I could have saved $50 by just wearing these shorts instead of buying a pair of shorts. Before you go buy a bunch of stuff, make sure you don't have something that you can already wear. Now, base layers are a little bit more important. You're going to want to find something probably that's going to keep you warmer. So my puffy is the REI Co-op puffy. This was just something I bought because it was on sale. It is actual down. I do wish that it was synthetic, because synthetic stuff can get wet and you don't have to worry about it. But since it's actual down, if it doesn't dry properly, it won't fluff up the right way and it won't keep you warm as well as it did. So I do think that if you are going to get a puffy and you're debating between the two, I wish I would have got a synthetic. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything. It's just something that I wish I would have done differently. So that is my puffy. When it's hot outside, I wear my Columbia sun shirt. Kara gave this to me, actually. It just keeps me from getting sunburnt. Like, my arms got very, very sunburnt the day before I got off trail. I also had to start carrying sunscreen with me because I am very fair skinned. But I do like this shirt. Even whenever it's kind of cool and you're like cool, it's like warm enough to wear a t-shirt, but when you stop, you get cold. I throw this on because it's not too hot to wear whenever it's just like a mild temperature outside. So my beanie, I got this off of Amazon. My dad bought it for me for my birthday. It's just a merino wool beanie. I knew nothing about this brand, but I knew I needed a beanie that was going to be comfortable and that was going to dry quickly, not going to smell bad, and that's why I got this merino wool one. My gloves, these are Smartwool gloves. I got these from a outdoor store on trail, actually, because I originally started the trail with Smartwool liners and they were not warm enough, so I had to buy actual gloves. And there I was trying to save myself weight and money, and that was dumb because I ended up having to buy a warmer pair of gloves anyway. And so when you buy your gloves, it is very important that you pay attention to them and make sure that they are going to be warm, because the ones that I had, even when it was snowing outside, were not even close to being warm enough. So my hands did freeze. Socks. All of my socks are darn tough. I carry 3 pairs of socks, and I keep these are my sleep socks, or my camp socks, whatever you want to call them. So I wear this one for a couple days, or these ones for a couple days, and then I wear these ones for a couple days. I'll just alternate them. A couple things that I do have, I have a buff. This is a really cute buff. I bought this from actually the same place I bought this sweatshirt. It's actually a store nearby our house, and this is great for protecting you from wind when it's too hot to wear a beanie, but you still want to keep your ears warm. You can throw it over like a headband. It did come in handy once because when it rained and it was freezing at night, I did get my beanie wet during the day, and so I used this as a beanie at night while I was sleeping because my beanie was wet. And then I have a KULA Cloth. Probably gross to some people, but it's a antimicrobial towel, and so it's just basically when I go pee, I wipe with this. It's a lifesaver. I don't have to carry as much toilet paper. This is reusable. Every time I wash my clothes, I wash it. Thank you guys for watching this gear video. I hope that it was somewhat informative, and I'm not an expert, so don't take any of this to heart. I just feel like kind of having an idea of what other people use and what you might need is helpful to others. We will see you guys back on trail.